Here we go, Steelers. All right. Okay, here it comes. As you guys know, and I might make this into a video, I don't know, because the Fire Tomlin crowd absolutely annoys the piss out of me. As you guys know, most of you guys out there in Steel Nation on the internet, I'm a huge Mike Tomlin supporter. And I always find this thing really funny. The minute I talk about Mike Tomlin, you get this 25%, 20% of Steel fans, and you get this weird feeling of like, oh, I can't even say congratulations for his 18th year with a non-losing season. It almost feels like I'm not allowed to say that. It almost feels like it's like blasphemy for me to congratulate someone for doing a good job, because the minute you say something like that, you have comments in there, you have people on the back foot saying, actually, Mark, he's never won a playoff game. We know he hasn't won a playoff game in like 7 years. The Steelers haven't won a playoff game in 7 years. We know, we understand that. But when you look at it in terms of this overall success and the true leader that Mike Tomlin is, and all he's done for the organization, all he's going to do for the organization, right? And doing right now for the organization, Mike Tomlin is an absolute legend. And I don't understand how the fan base can't separate the playoffs and some of that stuff different to like the regular season, right? And he has had playoff success. And for 18 years, all you've heard was saying they were cowards players. No, they weren't. I think I went back a few years ago and I found out that like 51% weren't cowards players. So half a team were and half a team weren't. What I would love to know, and this is my argument about that, with the fact with cowards players, if Mike Tomlin got fired today, and he would never be fired today, let's say Mike Tomlin got fired today, right? And they were to bring in a new head coach, and they were to go win the Super Bowl to this year or next year, would they not be Mike Tomlin's players if a new coach comes in? So that argument to me has always been so fucking stupid. Beyond stupid. They were cowards players. Dumb. Absolutely dumb. Mike Tomlin was already 2 years or 3 years, 2 years into his career. There are other guys who he drafted, right? Just because one team changes to the next team does not mean that they were his players. And the argument would be, and I kind of, in one part of me says, I kind of wish it would happen. I wish that Mike Tomlin, and I'm not saying, hear me out. Hypothetical. If Mike Tomlin was fired today and they went on a run and with Coach, Bob, whoever, they bring in Bill Belichick. I don't care who they bring in as coach. Whoever that coach was, I would forever say they won with Mike Tomlin's players just to piss off the people who were saying they won with Coach Coward's players. I've never understood that argument ever. It's the stupidest argument in probably Steelers lore and history. Trying to compare that they were Coach Coward's players and that's all you have. It's dumb. Mike Tomlin is an absolute legend. He's a great coach. And I can't wait to watch Hard Knocks. I cannot wait to watch Hard Knocks. And you guys should too, because you want to see sound bites and way he leads his men. Players want to play for him. TJ Watt wants to play for him. Cam wants to play for him. You always see Mike Tomlin and Cameron Hayward walking out the tunnel together, right? They're friends, they're buddies, they're mates, they're teammates. Their relationship on the field is so special between defensive player, leader Cameron Hayward and head coach. That is special. You can't break that up. They're friends, they're mates. So this team wants to play for Mike Tomlin. And all the Mike Tomlin's haters, they sit behind their desk and they wait for the Steelers to lose. What kind of sad life do you have to wait for the Steelers to lose? And the minute they lose, they jump on them and go, fire Mike Tomlin. In that same sense, it doesn't make any sense at all. Because you're not going to fire a coach who continually brings you success. It just does not happen. It will not happen. Mike Tomlin will walk away from his job whenever he wants to, and he might even go behind the scenes and work with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's 54 years of age. He's done a hell of a job getting him to a non-losing season for 18 years, and winning in the NFL is very tough. You ask the Jaguars, you ask the New England Patriots, you ask the New York Jets, you ask the Miami Dolphins. You ask all these teams who have losing records, the Bengals, the Browns, and they consistently turn coaches over. The Steelers just don't get rid of coaches like that. In three coaches in 50 years? Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin. It's the overall success that he has behind this team and coaching this team and and having building blocks from this team as well from years past, and now getting in a Russell Wilson quarterback and making that choice and proving everyone wrong should tell you that he's a great coach. And consistently, when I bring up on my channel, when I bring up my Facebook, if I share a post on Facebook, the minute I share a post on my Facebook or I talk about Mike Tomlin, it always goes back to, yeah, but we haven't had a playoff victory in this and this. That's life, man. Life is tough sometimes. Life is very tough. Football's tough. You can't win them all. I think not all people, but some people always go to the negative. They go to the fucking negative and they're like, we haven't done this and this many. Yeah, I know we haven't done this and this many, but it's football. Yesterday, right, was a Bengals loss 44 to I don't know, what was it? 40 do I still have it? 44 to 38. Yeah, but we let up 38 points. Yeah, but we also scored 44 points. It's a great victory. With this Mike Tomlin stuff, I know it's getting really old, and for almost 4 years, I have complained about the complainers. That's all I've done. I've sat in this room and I've chilled out. I've eaten pizza. I've gotten drunk. I've had draft parties. I've done all the stuff I want to do. And I'm going to Pittsburgh in 16 days. I have sat in here numerous times complaining about the complainers of Mike Tomlin. And it's about time the fucking Mike Tomlin haters shut the fuck up. It really is about time. If you've got nothing good to say about Mike Tomlin or nothing good to say about the organization, don't say anything at all. Because all you hear from about 25% is that he hasn't done this, he hasn't done that, he's not a good coach. And it's so stupid to me that you see a coach with a 9-3 record and they're still doubting his coaching ability, his leadership in the team. And it really is about time you shut the fuck up. And I'm talking to the people who don't like Mike Tomlin, who are always very, very critical of his decisions. Who cares if he didn't get a timeout the other day? They won the game 44-38. And also maybe his plan was to go up there and call a timeout with 3 seconds to go. So they didn't get a sack. And the minute they didn't get a sack, they went and kicked the field goal through the uprights to go up by 6 and get the ball back in the halftime. If Mike Tomlin were to call a timeout and Russell Wilson took that sack, everybody would hate Mike Tomlin for calling the timeout and allowing Russell Wilson to throw the ball. It's always perspective. Always perspective. If we did this right, then sweet, it's going to work. If we did this wrong, then he's a loser, he sucks, he's terrible. The mentality of the overall Steelers fan, I think, is absolutely boggling to me. They always project so far in front into the future. They're like, we can't win a playoff game. I say, has it happened yet? We can't win the Super Bowl with Mike Tomlin. I say, has it happened yet? No, it hasn't. The 9-3 Steelers this year have a good chance to go to the playoffs and start winning home field advantage, winning and beating number 7 seed or 6 seed, whoever it may be. If we come second, we could also still finish first and get first seed. Beat the Browns, beat some teams, beat the Ravens, win the North, right? Mike Tomlin is a true Pittsburgh Steeler. And he's done so much for this organization. I can't even name how much he's done for the organization. He's made me laugh countless times with his sayings with, we do not care, or, man, I'm fucking working. So many times. He's made me laugh. He's made me think about things. He's made me, go on these mini rants. But he's inspired me to do certain things too, to be the best that I can be. And when I watch him coach and listen and talk about his life and all those things, Mike Tomlin's a genius. He's a genius. You know what I mean? It boggles my mind that we can't celebrate his success. We can only try to celebrate his success. The minute I bring this up. This one, right? The minute I bring that up, 18 straight season without a losing record, half the fan base goes, can't we just fucking celebrate the man's success? Like legit, I know I'm going on a massive rant, but I told you guys we're going to go on a massive rant. Cannot we just celebrate the man's success? That is absolutely crazy to me. Mike Tomlin getting 18 straight seasons, also 21 seasons with 21 seasons that the Steelers have never had a non-losing season, right? 21 in a row, but 18 with Mike Tomlin. Longest streak to begin head coaching career in NFL history, giving his team a chance every single time to be in the playoffs. There's only been one game in Mike Tomlin's career that it was a meaningless game. I don't know who it was versus, but it was like when you're a 4-7 Bengals team and you'd be knocked out of the playoffs, right? There was one game in history where he played versus a team that they could not have a deciding factor to get into the dance. One game. So I don't know. I bring these things up. I bring up Mike Tomlin, 18 straight seasons without a losing record. And the minute I do, the second I post on Facebook or YouTube or whatever it may be, these comments come flooding and saying, "Oh, he's not this and not that." But in reality, it's truthfully, he's so successful. He's so successful beyond doubt. I know he wants another Super Bowl, and we have a chance for that. But when I see this, Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. On one side, it's the current day Mike Tomlin, the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. On the other side, it is young Mike Tomlin. That is a huge achievement. Huge. In the NFL, it is super hard to win. It is so hard to win games, to even go above 500 or be 500. And I think 3 times he was 8-8. It's super hard. He's won divisions. He's going to win. We have a good chance to win the division this year. And that's why it boggles my mind that the fan base just cannot respect and appreciate that. Now, some can. I'd say 75%. I say three quarters of Steeler Nation is like, yeah, dude, that's crazy. Respect. That is so cool. Mike Tomlin, I ride with you. He's my coach. Congrats to whatever you did. Whatever you're doing right now. 18 seasons. That is fantastic. You're right. Absolutely awesome. I can't wait to rock with you in the playoffs. The other 25%, they walk around like they got a thumbtack on their shoe or their foot, and they go, and they're always, bagging him out, saying he's mediocre Mike. The standard is a standard, and they turn that around as in we should be going to win Super Bowls, but it's fucking tough. It's really fucking tough to win Super Bowls. Ask the other 12 teams who have never won, and ask the 4 teams who have never been. Each year, there are 32 teams that go into the dance. Only one winner comes out of it. And right now, the KC Chiefs are in our way. The Patriots used to be in our way. The KC Chiefs and Buffalo Bills are in our way. We've got to take care of business. We've got to get there. But 32 teams in the NFL each year try their hardest to go on a run, get the team together, get everyone fired up, and go on a big run to win the ultimate dance, right? So it boggles my mind. I did have one more tweet I want to show about Mike Tomlin from Nick Farabar. He says, "I get why fans find it vapid, but Tomlin's 18 straight non-losing seasons streak is a crazy achievement. It's very, very hard to win in the NFL." How is that not a good thing? How is this non-losing season not a good thing? All you see the people compare from this to this. We should be winning playoff games. Every fucking team should be winning playoff games. It just boggles my mind. Like it's crazy. Nick says here, it's independent of the playoff drought, which looms large. Of course it does. But yeah, going 500 or better for 18 straight years is very tough. Very tough. If you're a fan for 18 years and when you're a baby, like in our language in Australia, when you turn 18, you can legally vote, you can go drink and do all those things. It's been 18 years. This man has never had a losing season. He's been even or better the whole time. He's almost I think he's like 6 games away from I can't remember who. He's like top 9. I mean, it could be Chuck Noll. I don't know. He's like 6 games away from Chuck Noll, I think, from most games. He's like 187 wins or 85 wins with like 100 losses. He's winning football games. He gives Steelers fans like you and me a chance to support, love, and cheer the team on and get us to the dance. We're 9-3. So I know I went on a massive, massive rant, but it absolutely boggles my mind. And with 100% respect to Mike Tomlin and his the organization, the Steelers, everyone around him, and him personally, respect to you, Coach. I will see you in the Hall of Fame whenever you retire, in 5 years, 10 years, whenever you retire. I'll be there to shake your hand because that is absolutely a great achievement by yet again going above 500, never having a non-losing season, getting this team ready to go into the dance. We're 9-3 and still fans will still complain about mediocre Mike. It absolutely drives my fucking head in.